Okay, let's just make sure I look pretty. Unlikely. Alright, let's get comfortable, let's get juicy, let's get into it. Hello. Hi, what's up? My name is Sarah. I assume that you're watching this because you're a friend of mine, hi, or you just follow my Instagram, badgalsars. Well, that's just what I'm expecting most of you are here from. But if you're not, my name is Sarah. My Instagram is badgalsars, and I guess I'd say like over the past like 3 or 4 months, I've been posting like a bunch of just super feminist shit. It's gotten a lot of feedback, a bunch of messages. I have a beautiful friend called Elsie. Shout out to Elsie if she's watching this. She better be. She messaged me one day out of the blue, like it was like maybe a week ago, and she was like, I really think you should make a podcast. And I was like, that's funny, like good one. But she was like, no, like I seriously reckon you should. Like I would love it, like I think you use your voice really well. And I was sort of like, oh yeah, nah, like that's alright. And then I did a bunch of polls on my Instagram story like 4 or 5 days ago. Well, it was like starting a conversation and a big discussion, and I was getting a bunch of Instagram DMs. Elsie messaged me again and she was like, do a podcast, like just do it. And I was like, okay. Or maybe she didn't say do it, she was just like podcast, and I was like, oh okay. And Michaela, shout out to Michaela as well, she was like, please do a YouTube. And I was like, oh, I did YouTube when I was like 12 and it was something else. But I was like, oh, maybe I could do that instead, because podcast, I have no fucking idea how to do that. YouTube, at least, I feel it can be kind of like a creative outlet for me, and that could be fun. So I really hope you can swear on YouTube, because I am got a dirty mouth, a dirty whore mouth. That's just a little bit about me. I'm 20, live in Melbourne. I'm 20, I'm a Cancer. I just want to do a big disclaimer before I get into any of the questions. I got a bunch of questions from you guys, which was so nice. Thank you guys so much for asking me questions and wanting to talk about me. First of all, I'm not a professional, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I don't study social studies, I don't work in mental health or anything. I'm just someone who unfortunately has a lot of personal experience and who is, I'd like to say, quite educated and knows a lot of shit about, you know, about feminism and stuff. And I was like, fucking, I've learned so much shit, and what good is that if I'm not sharing it with the world? I would like to do a big trigger warning, discussing RAPE, sexual assault, all that kind of gross, horrible, awful stuff that unfortunately and we face every day. If you get triggered by this, maybe you don't watch it. I won't be going into detail about anything, but I'll just be mentioning it. So I'm gonna start doing some questions now. So first of all, I got a few questions being like, just want to say that what you're doing is amazing, and like, I love what you're doing. Thank you. That's really nice, and it's really needed, because I need a lot of validation, unfortunately, and I needed a lot of reassurance. Like, before doing this, I haven't slept, barely eaten. I've been like so stressed about recording this. I'm like, everyone's gonna hate it, everyone's gonna think I'm a freak. But I'm like, fuck that. You know, as women, we are so harsh on ourselves. And that's internalized misogyny, that's on capitalism. If I'm not doing something because I'm worried that people are gonna judge me. If you're gonna judge me, then that's fine. If I'm helping like 20 girls educate themselves and make them feel less alone and make them feel like, you know, they've got a safe space to learn and to educate and to talk to me about stuff, that's fucking amazing. That I'm helping 20 girls here. Like, that's, like, I'm not doing this for views. I'm not like everyone follow badgalsars on Instagram, like, I'm gonna become an influencer. Like, I couldn't think of anything worse. I really couldn't. I don't want to be famous. The thought of it, no. So if I get like 100 views on this Instagram, amazing. I've taught 100 people something. That's fucking awesome. So yeah, I really don't care. 20 views, I love it. 20 people have seen my video, so that's great. Okay, I'm gonna start. When did you first identify as a feminist? Okay, this one's changing every day. Like, I first identified, or I guess 13, and when I was in year 8, a girl from my school created this Facebook page called Grow a Vag, and I doubt any of you will remember what the fuck that was. It was so long ago. I was a part of that page, and we'd post feminist shit, and it was really cute. But then it just sort of died down. I don't really remember what happened to it. But that was sort of when I started with the whole feminist stuff. So I guess I'd say I've been a feminist since I was 13. But honestly, I've been a feminist forever, because I've always felt that women should be equal in society and all like identified as a feminist or whatever, I would say that like I'm understanding so much more about feminism and how it's not just, you know, both genders should be equal. I mean, both genders, all genders, both sexes, I'm sorry, correction. Yeah, it was really like, I've been listening to a bunch of BOBO and Flex, a bunch of Florence Given, a bunch of Clementine Ford, just a few amazing feminist queens who I literally am in love with. I would die for them. I was listening to BOBO and Flex's podcast, White Feminism and Bella Thorne, or something along those lines. I'll link it down below because it's fucking changed my perspective so much about how white feminism is toxic. And I remember at first when I heard this, I was like, what do you, like, okay, first of all, what's white? I didn't really understand what white feminism was, and I was like, how can a type of feminism be toxic? And then I was like, hold on, Sarah, shut up. Listen to the black queens, okay? A lot of white women call themselves feminists, talk about feminism and the whole girl boss culture and how it is so toxic because they, you know, identify or they kind of preach that kind of feminism is just so they can make their way up in the patriarchy. Like, fuck, dude, you fucking got me there. Like, that's some new shit. Wow. And they were just talking about how like the whole girl boss culture is like, just try and, you know, bring themselves up in the patriarchy, like whether it's like in a job or whatever the fuck, they use that, but then they still treat, you know, women of colour, black women, treat them like shit. They just kind of take over the role of men. I'm white and I'm privileged, so I'm gonna treat, you know, these black women like shit. And my mum was actually talking to me about this recently, and she was like, and who I've worked for before, who when they're in a role that's usually is performed by a man, they kind of take over the role of men, and they treat women like shit too because they feel like they have to play the role as a male. And it's like, what the fuck? That's not what we're about. I never thought of it that way, and that's why I totally agree with the fact that white feminism is toxic. And if you do identify as a feminism is just the equality of the sexes, that's the basis of it. It is, in a sense, but if you don't respect trans women, if you don't respect women of colour, if you don't respect black women, you are not a feminist. If you don't respect trans women, you can't be a feminist because they are all women too. And it's not just, you know, I believe that white women are equal. That, honey, that's not same. That's not same. We're not doing that. Good shit. I'm gonna put that on my podcast, on my YouTube video, because I'm followed by predominantly white females and white people in general, and I'm like, bitches, you guys need to fucking know this because it's so important that we as white people fucking know this shit, and we are, you know, we are vocal about it, and we are actively trying to, you know, fucking learn and educate ourselves and treat everyone as equals, okay? Okay. Why do you think some people are afraid to call themselves feminists? I think the wording in itself, they just assume that it's just, you just hate men and you just want women to be the higher people. Shut up. Women are scared of what men will think of them. They'll be like, oh yuck, like fuck that, stupid bitch. Like, you know, there's so many reasons, I think, honestly. It's in our internalized misogyny because we are conditioned from such a young age to hate women. We really are. Women are less, and obviously some men don't want to identify as feminists because they're like, oh no, like they don't want to be seen as like emasculated, or they don't want to be proven wrong or feel like women are taking over or whatever. I think that that's a big thing, but I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. But I would love for people to comment down below or message me what they think about that, because I think there are so many reasons, but I just, honestly, my head is just going a million miles an hour and I'm trying to get into it. It's not a question, but I think it would be good to talk about mental illness. I'm gonna make a video about that as well. I got a lot of mental illness, I got a lot of problems, and I feel like that as well would really help some people. What would you do if one of your best friends were proved a sexual offender? Bye! See ya, hun. One who has been sexually assaulted multiple times, who's been raped, all that jazzy jazz. See ya! See ya! Bye bye! Do you enjoy your course? Yes, I am doing a Bachelor of Arts majoring in photography. I do it at RMIT, and I have many friends, which has been really nice. A lot of them have been super supportive of this YouTube channel, and I love you bitches. Do you have any regrets in life? Okay, so a beautiful friend of mine, Mandy, actually sent me a message recently. I did a poll saying, like, do you have any regrets in life? And a lot of people, like, there was like half yes, half no. It was like quite equal. And my friend Mandy messaged me and she was like, I don't like to think of it, anything that I regret, as like a regret, more of a lesson, and that like I grow from the lesson and learn from the lesson. And I thought, fucking ace. That is beautiful. I love that. So many regrets in life. I've thought so differently about it. Biggest one, downloading Tinder when I was 16, or 15 actually. Every traumatic experience that has happened to me, and I have had the most traumatic experience happen to me in the past few months that has just completely fucked me. Shout out to Mandy, love you bitch. You gotta keep moving forward. And you know, everything that I've regretted, I've learnt such a fucking stronger person. Like, I am the strongest bitch I know. I don't think I'd be here talking to people. I don't think I would use my platform as much as I do if I hadn't gone through what I've gone through. So it's kind of like bittersweet. Do you care what others think about you? Absolutely. Wasn't sleeping for the past 3 nights because I was so scared about what people would think of me after making this YouTube channel. So scared. So scared. I really do care what people think of me. I come across as I don't. I think everyone does to an extent. When are you anxious? What do you like to do to relax yourself? Great question. I'm always anxious. I'm not always anxious, but I kind of go through like either really anxious or really depressed. I kind of slip and slide. I'm really anxious the past few days. My biggest thing to relax myself, I like to read, I watch Criminal Minds, shower. I find showering really relaxes me. I try to just distract myself as much as possible. Watching like architecture videos, like I find they're really good. Like architectural design really just helps me relax. What's your skincare routine? I do nothing. I am disgusting, dirty whore. So yeah, I do nothing and it's really bad. But whatever. One piece of advice for your younger self. Just one? Don't go on birth control, babe. Don't do it. Don't start taking the pill. That fucked me. That, when I started going the pill at 13, bam, depression. Bam. Don't go on Tinder under the age of 18. Do not do it. And stop hating yourself. Stop it. Stop it. And be kind to everyone. Don't. Because you're hurting inside, it doesn't mean you need to hurt other people. Sushi or pizza? I'm gonna say pizza, I'm sorry. I do love sushi, but pizza just hits a little different. Talk to us about your mental health throughout your life. I'm gonna get into it in another video, but she's real, she's here, she's been here for a long time. I don't think she's leaving anytime soon, but we're working through it. How did you know you were bisexual? Oh, I feel like I should have started that at the start. I'm a baby bi. I'm gonna talk about my bi story with a couple of queer friends of mine in another video, but yeah, stay tuned for that. You feel you can truly be yourself anyway, if so when. I feel like I can truly be myself around my friends. My closest friends, my sexy sluts, you know who you are. I feel like I can truly be myself around my boyfriend. I feel like I can truly be myself around my family. I'm really lucky like that. Then again, I have so many fucking personalities. I've got so many layers. I've got a range, queen. I do feel like that, for sure. Did you grow up having any prejudices throughout high school or young adult life? If so, what? That's a really fucking hard question. I don't know. I wasn't as accepting of other girls as I am now. I fucking love all women. I was very like, oh, that girl wears heaps of makeup every day. Like, what the fuck's that? Like, why would you even bother? You know, like, I was really like, you know, we go to an all-girls school. Like, that's so fucking dumb. Because women can do whatever the fuck they want. And this is actually, you know what? This is another thing I want to talk about. My Florence Queen angel phase, you know, first becoming a feminist, I kind of did get into that thing where I was like, do they not shave? Do they like not wear makeup? Are they really like, and I was sort of was battling myself because I was like, I really enjoy wearing makeup and I really enjoy shaving. Like, I really enjoy shaving my legs. I feel so good afterwards. Fuck, I hate that. I hate that I like that because we're conditioned to think that we should be hairless and all that. And it is true, 100% it's true. It's, you know, Gillette came out with the woman's razor, I think it was in the 1950s. I'm not 100% sure on that, so don't take my word for it. But they came out with a woman's shaver and then were like, okay, here's another flaw, women. You have to shave all of your body hair. You have to remove all of your body hair. I think, well, I don't actually know. I wasn't fucking born there. But there wasn't shaving. There wasn't women shaving. That's fucked. That's so insane that we were taught to do that. But back on what I was saying, Florence sort of said, in a capitalist society, life is easier when women put in more effort, when they shave, when they put on makeup, they do their hair, remove body hair. It's like you are seen as prettier or, you know, more professional. But then again, there's the side effect of being catcalled, walking home from work, being sexualized, all that kind of stuff. I'm in no way going to judge a woman for making her life easier under capitalism. And I was like, that is so fucking true. Judge a girl who, you know, removes every part of her body hair every day, who puts makeup on every day, who does her hair every day. The drive and the motivation to do that is astonishing to me. Like, you are a driven queen. Me personally, I'm so fucking lazy that I don't do that. If you're a woman who, you know, is like, fuck it, I'm not fucking doing that, you know, that's amazing too. Feminism is about letting women make choices for themselves and, you know, allowing them to, and not judging them for making their own decisions as long as it's what they want. And I was like, that's so true. We should be able to do whatever the fuck we want. And if that means shaving our entire body and becoming, you know, seals, then fucking oath, do that. That's great. As a Gen Z, do you use self-deprecating humor to cope? When does it become toxic? It's always toxic. Literally this morning I woke up and was like, pack it up, Albert Einstein, like with the hair. It's a lot. Not to. I've started being, you know, especially in my group chat, we've been really trying to speak nicer to each other, stop, you know, saying mean things about each other, and got a better sense of self. I'm definitely more confident within myself and I like myself a lot more now. So I try not to as much. What would you want to tell your younger baby girl self? Hang in there. Stop self-harming. Stop it. I did it for so long and it sucks. It's so shit and I have so many scars from it. Stop doing it. You shouldn't feel the need to hurt yourself because of what someone's done to you. You shouldn't destroy your body because someone has made you feel so badly about it. That's a big one. What do you say to someone who isn't a feminist? Why? Why not? Read Women Don't Know You Pretty, listen to the podcasts that I'm going to be listing down below. Identify as a feminist. I don't think you're very educated on the whole term feminism. Either sex or race or anything shouldn't be seen as equal. I don't really understand that. It's like a basic human right, in my opinion. So if you don't identify as a feminist, why are you watching my video? I hope that you've learnt something and maybe your opinions change now. Maybe do a little education. How can men help to support women and sexism? Oh, how can women help to support women and end sexism? Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up with this question. This is a great one, great one. I don't think any man that I am in contact with or that I'm friends with does enough. No man does enough for men to help support women and to end sexism. Call out your fucking friends. Call out your male friends who say fucked up shit about women. Call out your, you know, your friend Jack who's saying, oh fuck, I'd fucking give her one. What the fuck's that? Just tell them to shut the fuck up. Hold your friends accountable. Become friends with more girls. Listen to women. Listen to what girls have to say. Don't try and undermine what they're saying. Really listen to them and really help them out. Women Don't Know You Pretty by Florence Given. Read some books by women. Listen to podcasts by women. Watch my YouTube videos. Repost shit on your stories. Even if you don't have a platform, fucking repost shit. Not just go to a few protests. Like, actively try and make life easier for girls because it's fucking hard. Girl on the street being catcalled, fucking go over and help her. Like, the biggest thing I think is so many men that I know are still friends with guys who are actively misogynistic and actively, you know, perpetuate rape culture, and it's like, call them out. Call them out or stop being friends with them. Like, why would you want to be friends with someone like that anyway? You are enabling their behavior. You're letting it slide and it's not cool. It's not cool. It's not fun anymore. It's 2020. Like, let that shit fucking go. It doesn't seem like a big deal to you. You have no idea what it's like being a girl. You have no idea. It is fucking terrifying. It is so hard. 1 in 5 women will be raped in her life. It's fucked. And who's watching this, read some fucking books by women. Read Women Don't Know You Pretty. Listen to podcasts. Listen to Bobo and Flex. Listen to any podcast by Florence Given. Clementine Ford, Big Sister Talk or Big Sister Chats. I don't know. I'm going to link them down below. Talk to your sisters, your mums, your girlfriends. Like, really actively try and help, because you know, I'm fighting men like every day, like really changing my behavior around men, and it sucks and it's so shit. So try and make the world a little bit easier for us. You may not be actively sexist and misogynistic, but I can guarantee there's more you can do to help us, because now the world is fucking hard enough as is, and being a woman just makes it a little bit harder, much harder than it needs to be. I just want to say, if you're watching this and you've gotten to the end, thank you. That's so lovely. This has been terrifying, but it's also been quite liberating. I'm going to be having a bunch of different people on my YouTube videos. It most likely won't be me, just me. But yeah, I just wanted to say thank you. Means a lot, and I hope I see you next time. And I'll put all my links and shit down below. But yeah, thanks for coming. Bye.